It's a donut hole. It's a little dry. What are we talking about now?
What is the difference between therapy and getting advice from friends?
I'll tell ya. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Miranda Ordóñez and this is Highly Mindful. Today we are talking about the difference between having a therapist and asking advice from your friends. It's a big difference, so we'll start there. Here's the thing, I'm gonna make a generalization here. A lot of therapists that I know, or peers that are becoming therapists, are kind of that person in their friend group already. You know, they're the person who people ask for advice, they're the person you call if you're going through a breakup, or you've met someone you're crushing on. You know, you already have like that kind of dynamic. That's how I have been in many of my friend groups. I definitely am the one people call, and I love it. I love that job. And then I did that job on steroids by actually making it my job now. So yeah, coming from that space as that friend, I definitely understand how you can sub a therapist for a really great listener in your friend group. But here is, the thing that kind of nobody wants to say, which is that that friend doesn't always have that capacity. That friend also goes through things. That friend has their own life experiences. So, having a great friend to talk to, 2 thumbs up. I wish that for everyone. Using them as your therapist, gets a little murky. Puts a lot of pressure on them, puts a lot of pressure on you, puts a lot of pressure on your friendship or your relationship, whoever that person is to you. So all in all, you kind of want to be real clear about what you're looking for when you vent or when you're going through a problem, and who is the best audience to receive that and then help you figure out a solution. This is not a judgment on the great friends and great listeners in friend groups of the world, okay? It is just a fact that they cannot give you what a therapist can give you in the same way. There's a ton of training and research and education that goes into a therapy license, and that is really time consuming and costs a lot of money and, is really important to the journey of being able to help someone in a really objective way. And that's something that you're missing from venting solely to your friends when you're going through something really intense. Sometimes it's a little easier to kind of bounce back ideas and work through things with someone who doesn't know you that intimately. Another big component of kind of using your friends as your therapists, if something happens in the relationship or something comes between you two, not to catastrophize, but if something were to happen, this person now has all of your innermost thoughts and concerns about something you went through. And though many friends are able to keep that and hold on to it and keep it safe, some others are not. And it's really important when you're going through something big to be able to choose that audience. There's a certain level of privacy that you can only get with a therapist because they're sworn to it. They can't share any information about you or about the things that you share, the people you bring up at all, unless it's a special case, where courts are involved or something else drastic is involved, of course, but your therapist will go through all of that with you if and when you see them. The truth is that you can't ever be 100% sure if a therapist is holding your anonymity. All they can do is make you feel heard and safe and seen. And also, to be frank, their career is on the line, because if you found out they were talking about you, well, that would be pretty terrible for them. And that's their career. So whether it is career-based or empathy-based or confidentiality-based, you do get privacy with a therapist that you just don't get with people who know you intimately. And it is such a nice barrier in that sense, because they can't tell you what to do. You truly have to think about it so hard until you create a solution, which is really intense. It's why therapy can be so difficult, but it's also why it's so rewarding, because you are doing the work. And sometimes in exchanges with friends, it can get a little hard because, that's a person you love and they're telling you to do something, so I guess you got to do it. And that doesn't always mean it's the right choice for you. A therapist is a listener and a helper. They are not a life coach. They are not an advisor. It is someone who has chosen to leave their biases at the door, or when they come up, they know how to check them. It is someone who has sworn to help. And sometimes what we get from friends is so loving and packed with passion and drastic need for us to feel better that it can drive us to make choices that aren't totally our own. And I really appreciate the autonomy that therapy has given me and that I've seen it give people I love in making their own choices. I want to give a quick disclaimer to all of the helping friends out there and say that I see you, I am you, I understand that it is hard to get through days sometimes when you've had a shit day and all your friends have also had a shit day and you're the one who receives all of that. So just know that if you're that person in your friend group, you are not alone, and there are a million different ways for you to flex those awesome listening skills skills and awesome communication skills. I see you, we're there together. And for all of those other friends in those awesome friend groups who benefit from those listeners, good job at communicating and good job at taking the first step to trying to figure out what's going on in your head and what's going on around you. Because us reaching out to the people we love is such a compliment to them, and it shows so much about us and what we're looking to do. There is a huge courage to asking for help at any level. So you asking your friend to pick up the phone so you can talk about what just happened, or you looking for a therapist, or doing your research on a specific topic, those are all incredibly commendable and awesome ways to find help. If you want to keep talking about friendship and trust and therapy, then stick around. I have a lot of videos coming out about that, and the only way you're going to be notified is if you subscribe and turn on your notifications. I hope you enjoyed this session. I would love to see you at the next one, and let's keep getting highly mindful. Woohoo! Yeah.